Peace, peace, peace. What's good? What's good? What's up, peoples? All right, y'all. Let's get this thing rolling, y'all. Come to the clubhouse, B.
If those people weren't there, we'd still be able to produce economically and cause political change. But it's still disenfranchising, catering to capitalism. The lighter you are, the more associated you are to wealth. The darker you are, the more associated you are to being in poverty. Therefore, you have to go to say for instance, Greater America, just to get services. We've been doing that without anybody coming in here, and we still can. What I'm saying is that I don't. We were boycotting it, but let's just say Caribbeans and other Africans, people of nations, of countries, of nations in the continent of Africa, weren't settling their own businesses. It wouldn't interfere with Black Americans' ability to produce, because we always have. Now, I do think there is something you can gain from it, but it isn't nothing that takes away from us that we can't do, that we have it all.
Like the brother said, it disenfranchises us as a people. There's a brother in here, I don't know if he's still in here, his name is ST, he's from Africa, and he's talking about the international connection that diasporans are connecting with our African brothers from the continent, and they're making huge. This is counterproductive.
So can you give me an example of how, let's say if we didn't boycott, because I don't agree with it, but just economically speaking, if we didn't boycott businesses from other Negroes from other countries, how would that be productive economically and politically for us here in America?
Well, see, you wanna do a hypothetical thing, and let's use the
I think that's a fair question. How would it?
But why do we have to jump into a hypothetical?
That's not a hypothetical. That's an economic and political question. How would?
Okay. Let's use the economic and political example of us boycotting brothers.
No, I'm saying separate. I'm saying support.
No. Let's do that. What I'm saying to you is we don't have to use any other example other than what's going on right now.
Right. You see the production.
There are a group of people right now. There's a group of people who identify as FBA, Foundation of Black Americans. And right now, this group of people called the FBA are saying we as African Americans, or as they refer to themselves as Foundation of Black Americans, should boycott all businesses that are African and Caribbean.
Yeah, I completely disagree with it. What I'm dealing with, because you asked me the question, not me. You said that's counterproductive. What I'm asking of you is, how is that economically and politically productive for us if we chose to support? How is that going to change? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you can't see how that would be economically and politically beneficial to us?
How would it not be?
I mean,
what is it that would do for us? I'm just asking you to explain it, because I don't see it.
More connection.
So, are you with cooperative economics?
Resources from
what resources?
Do you know how long the black dollar circulates in the black community?
You said the black dollar?
Correct.
There's no black dollar.
There is a black dollar.
It just doesn't.
Oh, you okay?
All right, so let me do this with you, brother.
Dollars. We spend
So,
non-black business.
because I'm from like a philosophical perspective. So, in Philadelphia, I work with an organization
Right.
called the Philadelphia Community of Leaders. And we developed what it was called the I Buy Black card.
Right.
Okay. We did some research. We had an economic scientist that found out that the black dollar only circulates in the black community for a number of hours.
Right.
Did you know that?
Number of hours, no, but I'm pretty well aware. Yeah, how it doesn't move in us. What the point I'm trying to home in on is.
Okay. Let me get to this point because you asked me the question.
Right.
Now, did you know all other ethnic groups? It's a number of days.
Oh yeah, definitely. They do a lot of stuff much faster and to a greater extent.
So by us boycotting our African brothers' businesses, we're stopping the flow of the black dollar in cooperative economics. I would disagree because
it only.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
It only enables distrust within our psychology and mutual respect that we have for one another.
Right.
So by doing that,
I'm trying to get at. Now, economically, I don't think that is counterproductive because if it wasn't there, we can still move it amongst ourselves and have done it and can prove it without necessarily the need of support. Though I agree, we should always support each other. I'm not saying that works against. What I'm saying is it doesn't work against us if we chose not to. Should we?
It does because you're boycotting a network of people who come from. You got me speaking like you. You're boycotting yourself.
that's a great lawyer.
Yeah.
Or should I say attorney?
You're boycotting yourself. These are our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying that it doesn't. There can be benefits from it, but there's that same benefit we could do on our own without them. That's what I'm just simply saying. So I think it really doesn't work any other way. It helps realistically, but if we chose not to and still reinvest in ourselves, we can still get the same benefit anyway, or just more.
So, but you're still not dealing with the reality. These brothers and sisters, not only are they have businesses here, but see, this is the thing.
No, I agree with you on that. I don't think you get what I'm saying. I know.
I see what Hakeem's talking about.
You see what he's talking about?
It's just gonna be a surplus in the Black American community, and it's just gonna be a decrease in like the African Caribbean communities.
Exactly, but it's not going to affect us in a negative
Hold on. Let's stop.
See, you saying the truth. You get what I'm saying now?
What part do you see what he's talking about?
It's going to be a surplus of like Black Americans, just, I want to say, staying within their community of Black Americans and exercising their dollars of circulation within the Black American community by outcasting Caribbeans and Africans. Granted, if that's the case, if that continues, then they'll be suffocated to the point they'll cease to exist, and the Black community will be benefited. But however, for the development and the progression of the of diversity within the African diaspora here in the United States, it'll become much less. So it's like it's 50-50, but at the same time, it can go against us.
I don't.
This is really sad. This is really sad that y'all saying this, man.
Hey, Drake.
It's just the reality. I mean, I'm not saying you have to agree to it. It's just different propositions.
Yeah, thank you. You agree with
Hey,
me.
Bigger Dre, I'm here, brother. What's going on,
Yeah,
man?
I'm not agreeing with him. I can see the lane he's going down.
That's the point I'm making. There's nothing that we can do to help. If we
The
chose
brothers is saying
everything
the
that
brothers
we
is saying, hold on.
done so on our
This is
own.
crazy.
That's what
It'll be short-term happiness, but long-term sadness if we go there, right?
it would be long-term service, I think, because we can do that on our own in America. The conditions we're in psychologically, that's the point.
You don't see how you're separating yourself from your brothers?
Let me. Hey, Dre. Can I say something, Dre?
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
I'm here, bro. I'm sorry for my tardiness, man. I had to take care of some stuff, but that whole conversation what these brothers are saying makes no sense at all. I'm gonna be a buck with you. They spoke about psychology. I don't think they ever studied it. They spoke about economics. I don't think they know about economics. I'm just being 100 with you. They spoke about what else was it? Community.
This is subjective, but continue.
It doesn't matter which way you say it. It's called factology. It ain't my subjective whatever. What is it?
No, you're coming in here being dominant,
brother, because I was the guest. You better ask brother, my brother on here. I was the guest. Okay, I need you to understand that. So I just said I came in late, but I was already on. This is Sabir Bay.
So hold on, let me say this. Bro. You coming in like, hold on 1 second. Hold on. This is, let me say this is for the room. Right?
You should have said people already, brother.
FBC. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
I can accept that.
I want to properly.
At the BC.
Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah, you can say that.
Right, so you saying what you're saying, you have a pink ticket. You don't even belong to the house. I would say all members of the house would have more seniority than a person who doesn't even have.
Let's think about to express himself. You know, it doesn't
No,
matter.
well, you are expressing. He's expressing himself very clear, but I wouldn't feel comfortable in someone else's house. All those who are members to the house, this is their house. They not, so they would have seniority over someone with an opinion. That's what I'm trying to say.
I understand that, but at the same time, just giving feedback that they can make some corrections for the future. Just for the when they have guests in the room to actually join the house.
Hey, bro.
Well, if you
Talk about
see that,
communication skills.
well, I mean, at the end of the day, I started the conversation, and we can agree to disagree. But what I'm saying to you is, I wouldn't come into someone's house and someone is the guest speaker and challenge them when I wouldn't even, I didn't even do my due diligence or labor of love by just joining the house. So I would encourage you to join the house and by all means share your perspective. I'm glad that you actually came to the stage. But let's not talk in a what do you call it, passive aggressive way, and then like throw stones and try to hide our hand, because that's how I kind of feel like what you're doing right.
Okay.
Like you like, why is he coming in and he's being all? Why is he coming in and he's being all aggressive? Like, I don't see how that has anything to do with.
Okay.
No, I appreciate
he expresses.
Can I say this, Dre? And I need people to understand this. Brother, I sat on this feed for a while. First of all, most of y'all don't even probably on this clubhouse, because I don't come to clubhouse, but I'm gonna help them out, brother Jay. You don't have to speak for me, I'll speak for myself. If anybody wants to look me up, you can Google me.
No, I'm speaking for the room.
I know that, I got it. But they was talking about me at the time. They talking about me. I'm speaking about me right now. I said on this. I know you do. I know. But this is the thing about people, and this is why you notice I never come and do a clubhouse. Only reason why I come and do a clubhouse is because you asked me to come on these feeds, right? Clubhouse. Anyone who wants to know who Sabir Bay is, you can go Google me, and this is not egotistical. You can look me up on YouTube. You can go find out who I am. So when people, and again, I don't need anyone to speak for me. So I sat on his feet humbly. I'm always quiet when I'm in rooms. Anybody knows me. I'm listening, so don't get mad because I picked it apart. I've studied law over 25 years. If you want to talk about economics, I studied it. I can bring up some things that you may have never heard of. Even if you're talking about economics, and when I was speaking about economics, I said a book that you should read is the book called The Mukaddima that actually Reagan read on economics, if you want to go there, or look up on what's that boy Zuckerberg telling y'all to read The Mukaddima. The Mukaddima is an economic book. Read it. Mukaddima Ibn Khaldun. So when people say these things, and I'm saying about a community, we don't have a community. We have neighborhoods. That's the fact. Communities is something in common. And in a community, you don't have other people coming in your community, like the Jews in Brooklyn. They don't have someone else coming in or setting up shops or stores. So we first got to understand what that is. So when he was talking about the psychology, remember, I can go back to everything they were saying. We're talking about psychology. What is psychology? Look it up. Find out what it is. These people play this game with us, bro, and we creating this division amongst our people. You have to have allies no matter where you at on this planet. No matter where you're at, even if it's Mexico, even if they don't even like each other. Go look at Russia and what they're doing with other people. It's called allies. Who is ally? Who's the allies to so-called black people or foundational black Americans? I don't separate myself from my Caribbean brothers and sisters because we may have Caribbean in us. I guarantee most of y'all do. You follow me? I guarantee most of y'all, if y'all truly believe or deal with DNA, you probably have Africa in you. I guarantee you do. And this is the thing. When the European says, go do a DNA test, if that child, see if that child was yours, you're going to do exactly what the white man says and do the court order. And you're going to go get the DNA test. So all this bickering back and forth, talking about we not this and we could do better. If that's the case, I lived long enough to know. Why haven't we done it? If anybody lived over 25, 30 years, why haven't we done it yet? What is the problem? What is the problem?
We don't know ourselves.
Okay, so but people have been telling us who we are. So if you go study the history of the Moors, you will find out, but you're rejected because these so-called black conscious people are telling you that we're not Moors. We're telling it. It's been out here, but if you don't understand or study history, you will never know what happened. You will never know what happened before 1492 because your history starts at 1619. Make me out of a liar. That's when they start your history, when they put you into slavery. So when you start doing this research, and I've been to many countries, and if I need to run them off, I run them off. Most of these people are speaking never left out of the city that they're in. Most of them. And I said city, not state. City that they're in. So this is what is happening with our people, but we're arguing silly stuff, and you have people who know this information and profiting off the division. Why don't nobody boycott the Jews? Why nobody's boycotting the schools that your children are in right now getting miseducated? I bet y'all won't do that. Why don't y'all boycott the courts? Boycott your taxes on top of that. How about that part?
Hey, I do that, so I'm with you.
This is what no doubt, but this is what I'm saying. We're arguing silly stuff that you really don't want to fight. I boycotted Starbucks for 2.5 years. I haven't bought a Starbucks. I bet you y'all did. I haven't bought a Starbucks. Why? Because they're killing children. They're killing innocent people. Negroes want to get on social media just to talk. I guarantee you one of y'all, probably many of y'all, wouldn't bought a Starbucks. But you talking about boycotting your own brothers and sisters.
Oh, nobody agrees. I don't think nobody in the room.
Nobody agrees. Just different propositions.
I know that, but I'm not speaking to y'all because I'm on YouTube also. I'm on X. So when I'm speaking, I'm talking to a vast of people. That's what I'm doing. I'm on X, Real Severe Bay on X, Real Severe Bay on Instagram. I'm on, and I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and all of them. And what I'm seeing on these platforms is pure stupidness. And you ain't got the heart to challenge this man or boycott this man. And when you see a cop, you say, yes, sir. No, sir. What you need, sir? No, nigga, this is your land, right? Tell him to keep pushing. See how that one works. See if you really want to tell him to go keep it pushing. And see if you got the heart to do that.
Hey, listen. If you in Clubhouse, you're in a room, I need y'all to turn in them pink tickets. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Turn them pink tickets in, join the house, join the room. Tonight, this is the third night. All right, we going hard on boycott the boycott. That's the new lingo.
Boycott the boycott.
Boycott the boycott. That's the new lingo. We boycott the boycott. We don't want to be disenfranchised and force the spell of colonization. You know. So let's get into it. We got some other people that's on the stage. That was good.
Yeah, but good conversation. Roll out.
But when I say this, and thank you, brother. Peace and love. This is the crazy part, also, brother. Let me say this, you do bigger, Dre. You said the spells, right? You said spells, and every word has a meaning in it. You would want to be disenfranchised, brother. You would. Why would I want to be a part of a franchise? That's what it means. Disconnect, disenfranchise, discontinue means to disconnect from it. It's not etymology, it's called language. You want to be disconnected from a franchise, a business, but you make allies. And what is an ally? It's a friend. If you need help, if you need something. Africa is broad, brother. I don't know why people think Africa is probably just Ghana or something. Africa is broad. It's Tunis, it's Morocco, it's Somalia, it's Sudan. It's not everybody in Africa. You can say You have our people thinking Africa, this little small place. Africa is a broad place, has more countries than you have in the United States. It's broad. It's, you know what I mean? So we sit up and say, boycott African business. No African did anything to me. Nothing to me. But I can tell you this, that in every last one of our neighborhoods, we have Chinese people in the neighborhoods, right? Don't they? In my hood in Philadelphia, I'm gonna tell you what a Chinese lady told me. I never ate Chinese food from a Chinese restaurant on the corner. You know what they would do? They would actually put this yellow dye on the chicken wings inside there, right? This is in a black neighborhood. Now, why ain't you boycotting that? I used to go to the corner on 22nd and Catherine, and we used to go there, and the lady used to ask me, she said, why you never eat the food over here? I said, do you eat the food? She said, no. That should tell you something, right? I said, why? She said, we use MSG. MSG kills our animals. How many black people stopping or boycotting the MSGs or the seasoning sauce that y'all get every day? I bet you ain't boycotting that, but that's causing you cancer and everything else. But she said this to me. She was telling me what it does. But you talking about boycotting Africans. That's stupid, bruh. It don't make sense. And these are people who don't even shop with Africans. On top of that, these are people that don't even shop with Africans. That's talking about this. But you got everything in your house that's probably from a different country or a different culture. I guarantee you they do. If you just look in their kitchen, just look at their clothes, everything probably from somebody else. But you keep talking about economics.
I got to pick up on this brother at BC is on stage. Brother, is that an African name that you got?
No, his name is Gregory Thompson.
Hold on. I'm speaking to the brother.
He's sarcastic.
Now, is that an African name that you have, brother? Are you?
Oh,
Brother Adebisi, is that an African name that you have?
Yeah, it's Yoruba.
I can't believe this.
Did you see?
Believe it.
You see? You see how that works? Duh. Don't make sense. And it's probably not even his real name. It's probably not even his real name. You follow me?
Issue?
Hey, brother, ain't no issue. He just said that you talk about Africans and boycott, and you should boycott the name.
No, I didn't talk about Africans boycotting. I was talking about Hakeem, how his vision was, and how if it did happen, it would benefit the Black American community short term. Like, don't misconstrue my words and try to change my narrative. I was just explaining the proposition. If you went that route, I didn't agree to it though.
Okay, but I don't know. But my thing is, there is no Black community.
No,
That's
I was just clearing it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I'm with you on it. But it's no such thing as a Black community. There's no Black people. That's the problem. And we keep fighting this thing, and there's no Black people. It don't exist. So this is why you have to understand the civil rights and the Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights is an act, right? It's for discrimination. That's all the civil rights case was about, right? I'm gonna give you an example in law, and I say this every time I'm on a live. You should have a law dictionary with you, rather it's Black's Law, Ballantyne's, Blackstone, Booby Ayers, or Barron's. You should have them. You should have a regular dictionary, unabridged, American Heritage, etymology. You should have these things with you. So the Civil Rights Act is an act for people who call themselves color or discrimination. That's really what it is. It's based on discrimination. Civil Rights Act is only discrimination. This is why human rights issue does not apply to Black people, because you're not a human being. But if anyone read the Declaration of Human Rights, it'll tell you every child in the Declaration of Human Rights, every child at birth is entitled to a name and nationality. Not we're going to give it to you. So why don't we teach that part to the people? And this is why you have the guys like Ben Crump and them comes out when someone kills one of our people or maim one of our people. They always bring Ben Crump out. Ben Crump is a civil rights attorney. He's not a human rights attorney. You will never find a human rights attorney in the United States. But you will find, there's two of them though. There's two. One is George Clooney's wife. You can look her up. And there's one that teaches at Rutgers University from Palestine. Two human rights attorneys. Two of them. The rest of these people, if you go online and look up any human rights lawyer, you ain't going to find them but those two. So they understand what is happening. I was on this island in Malta. in Malta out in the Mediterranean. If y'all don't know, y'all should look it up. I was sitting there talking to some people, and they was like, because they was asking where was I from. You can see the whole island in a day, but I stayed there for a week. If a cop hits somebody over there, they go to jail. I ain't say maim them, I said hit them. If you want to go online and look it up, look up Malta's human rights attorneys. Malta's Malta. Malta, and it's going to be spelled juris, Juris. Lawyers, right? We don't have that here because we're black people who claim to be black are not even citizens. This is why when you look up Ben Crump or any of these people, it's always a civil rights case. It's not a human rights case. But when you maim someone, when you hurt someone, if you shoot someone, it is not a civil rights case. Civil rights is only for discrimination. That's all it's for. That means we're discriminating against you for a job or a certain position. That's what discrimination is. That's disenfranchised, which my brother Dre was just talking, my bigger Dre was talking about. That's discrimination. Or I got a police record. You discriminating against me. Or you discriminating because I got locks in my hair. So that's a discrimination case. But when you kill someone, maim someone, abuse someone, it is not brutality, and brutality does not exist in law. It's called terrorism. That's the difference. So it's not Sabir that's holding it back from you. It's them that's supposed to be telling you this, the ones that get $100,000 for this. I've been in many law libraries. I studied this thing over 27 years in law. I see it. They're dealing with people who are property. And when you study that Dred Scott cases in there, the 14th Amendment never overturned it, and they keep telling black people it did. No, the 14th Amendment never overturned the Dred Scott case. It made people federal subjects. Federal subject. If you have a law dictionary, you can look up federal citizens. That's why Trump said if anybody boycotts Israel, he's going to do what? Pay attention. What he said he's going to do? Cut their federal funds, right? Federal funds. He didn't say state funds. The federal funds. They're property of the federal government, and this is how this goes. So now we're arguing, and you have people who know exactly what I know, right? And if they was to tell black people this, they probably get deported. You see how that works? See, they can't deport you. They'll lock you up, but they will never deport you. And this is how it is, or they discredit you. And this is how they operate. We have to start teaching our people what economics are. We have to teach our people who we are. That's it. It's not complicated. It's not hard. I'm never going to turn my back on my Caribbean family or my African family, because I'm pretty sure everybody in here has a piece of that. Period. If you want to do like the Jews, they got their own bus system, B. They can leave their kids outside and nobody got to shoot. When there's shooting going on, ain't nobody shooting in no store. They leave their kids right outside and they go shopping, even if it's 3 or 4 hours. Right here in the United States. So don't come to me keep saying that we need to have our own. If they left us alone, we would do this. No, we would have been did it then if that was the case. Who's stopping you? Nobody.
So the brother here, George L. Bay, said 14th Amendment subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
Thank you.
Can you explain that to me?
Subject, it's like being under. Let's give you an example. Submit, right? That means under someone, right? Subject, right? Under someone, right? Submarine is under. So the 14th Amendment says all persons born is subject to the jurisdiction. It's not the preamble where it says we the people of the United States, to form a more perfect union. People, persons is two different things. They're totally different. So they created a geographical thing. United States is geographical and you was always subject. That's what that was. So this is why when you read, everybody's quoting the Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipate means set free, and proclamate means to proclaim. So what did you proclaim when you were free? That you're black? No. They told you what to do. But again, the slick way they do it, they have to keep cover it up. Okay, not a problem. Okay, no, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you some federally funded money. Don't you dare open your mouth up. And we shut up. That's why I say read the book, How to Run a Country. It's in there, How to Run a Country. It's a hell of a book. So they're telling you, you're not that under the 14th Amendment. And if you have a law dictionary, you can look up alien. Inside any law dictionary, it's going to tell you people that's under the 14th Amendment. Read any law dictionary, Black's Law, Valentine's, Bouvier's, Blackstone. An alien is going to mean a person that's under the 14th Amendment. You are subject. You're not part of that. This is why when you read the Constitution, there's two types of people in it. Read the 5th, read the 14th, and see the spelling of the word citizen. This is why when you really read Carter G. Woodson's work, right? The miseducation of the Negro, but read the education of the Negro. When you read the miseducation of the Negro, he quotes it. You can go on iTunes and just listen to it. It's called Political Education Neglected by Carter G. Woodson. And I'm going to quote this because I don't have the book in front of me, but I'm going to quote it. He said, not long ago, a measure was introduced in a certain state legislatures to have the Constitution thus printed in school history. But when the bill was about to pass, it was killed by someone who made it the point that it would never do to have the Negro study the Constitution of the United States. That's in the miseducation of the Negro. So we are over here talking, but you don't know anything about the Constitution, nor do you know anything about the state constitution. The state constitution is more powerful than the federal constitution. Most of y'all don't even know that. Most of y'all don't even have a state constitution because every state has one. Every one of them. I can tell you what it says inside of it. Power in the state constitution says power not delegated to the legislators is reserved to the people. So now, if that be the case in the state constitution, how could any of these people tell you what to do unless you're property? So that's in the state constitution. Everybody should have a state and a federal constitution. But you over here argued about economics. How? Talking about black dollar. You know, black dollar, the dollar bills are green. Make it make sense. And you have dudes who like Boyce Watkins and I'm coming out telling y'all you're a black dollar. That's what y'all be feeding into. The dollar bills are green. Make it make sense. And this is what Malcolm was talking about, the feel good. It's the feel good. I was at the Kentucky Derby. I was there. I was on that show, bro. I'm going to tell you. But what did you do? What did you do when you were there? And this is the real threat. These people who's coming into this country, right, are trying to make a living, just like you trying to make a living. I'm like a laser beam. I ain't worried about nobody getting in my goddamn way. You follow me? I'm fine. I don't feel inferior. I don't. And that's what black people feel. They feel inferior. But they feel bigger than any of our other people. We think we better than our own people. We think we better because we got 25 degrees or 6 degrees from the person that don't have no degree. You follow me? This is the mentality. So we have to change that mental. We have to change the mental or the mentality of our people. I see everybody on this feed is on the same playing field with me. I'm fine. No big eyes, no small U's. And that's just how I roll. That's how I am. So if we really want to get the work done, let's get the work done. Create allies, bro. They're giving it to you. Make some allies. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's good and bad on both sides, bro. Good and bad on both sides. And we all being duped by the same person. The same person. That's all it is. He's playing his game. It's the puppet master. Look at playing. We making these niggas go out against each other. He don't even know who he is. I mean, how many times y'all went through the different names? I'm colored. I'm African American. I'm Afro American. I'm black. Like nigga, like who does that? Right. What other race of people ever went through something like that?
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy, right? Don't make sense. We should be focused boycotting those titles that they keep throwing on our people. We should be boycotting the title that put us back in slavery. And that's what Noble Drawley was talking about. He didn't say change your name from Muhammad or Abbas or whatever. He said change, he said take those names and give them back. They're not your names. They're slave titles. That's what he was talking about. He said colored. He meant Negro. He meant those things that put you back in slavery, right? I just did a video earlier on YouTube, and I talked about Ethiopian slavery ended in 1942. 1942. Go look it up. 1942. How many Ethiopians do you see out here talking about slavery? Go look it up. And you talking about slavery when you yourself in this generation, your mother's generation, your grandmother's generation, they never were enslaved, right? I know my great-grandmother was 105. I knew her personally before she died. I was with her when she died too. I knew my grandmother when she died. I knew my mama when she died, and none of them was enslaved. So how could you that never been in slavery sit here and talk about what we went through? You didn't go through anything. You didn't. Your ancestors may have went through it. And I gave this example earlier. I was there when my son got killed. I wasn't there when he got killed, but I would have took the bullet. My point is that would mess with your psyche. You follow me? Me being shot up 5 times would mess with my psyche because I was shot 5 times. So when people say these things, you didn't go through that. You didn't. That would be called trauma, right? Trauma. You didn't go through that trauma. You have people that's on these platforms who never lived that and never went nowhere. It's telling people these things, bro. And when you check their background, they never went there, never studied any of these things. Don't get mad at me because I'm one of the ones that's going to tell you what it is. That's what's happening. I'm not separating my people, and y'all falling for the same game again. The whole COINTELPRO is happening, bro. Go read COINTELPRO. You'll find out what happened.
Hold on. I wanna open it up. You know what I mean, for some people on the stage. Adebisi said, "Who y'all?" We got some, we got some people on the stage. So let's open it up. Tonight's topic is boycott, the FBA boycott of African and Caribbean businesses. Adebisi, you feel free to chime in. You wanted to know who y'all it was when Sabir said that. But we got Aliazo on the stage. We got the brother Zor L. You know what I'm saying? Chime in at any point. You know what I'm saying? So we can get this constructive bill going.
I appreciate it. So yeah, the way I'm viewing it is counterproductive because it's basically separating our people. It's like the brother Sabir says, because I've been following Sabir for a while. It's basically if the black person in America don't wake up, or the black people in America don't wake up, they're gonna find themselves standing all alone. We're not making any allies by trying to do all this stuff, especially amongst our own people. We're sitting here talking about boycott Africans, boycott Caribbeans. We're the same people, different cultures. We're all Americans. America's a continent. So it's like, we're basically dividing ourselves amongst our people. And those people overseas in Africa, they're us too. We're the same people. So it makes no sense because we're still fighting each other.
Yes.
We're not building anything together. And when you're speaking of economics on a global scale, what nations are trading with other nations? There is no black nation. So right now we're economically locked out.
G7.
My brother said G7.
We don't have a presence economically on the global stage. So what are we doing? Are we trying to correct that? Are we looking to ally with other nations and strengthen and build our own economies? No, we're doing this nonsense of boycotting our own people. And with that being said, I'll just land my plane there.
We can't do that for the most part because black people don't control the military. Black people ain't got no authority in America. So we can't really create no, like I have mentioned G7, and G7 is the European connection amongst those countries. It was the G8, but they kicked Russia out, as you can see. But until we create some type of trading system, that's the only time we're gonna really be respected. But are you talking about identity-wise, as far as just African people all together? Then we got to build nuclear weapons to defend ourselves against our European or just non-black brothers and sisters.
Listen, this is the thing. I keep telling you that make allies with people. This is what people keep saying, and people keep saying with these Europeans. Listen, man, y'all kill me. Just leave the European alone. That's all you got to do. Then it's easy, right? When you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody, right? You just leave them alone, right? They may fuss, girl may fuss, guy may fuss. Just leave them. Y'all don't want to let them go. That's the problem. You don't want to let them go, right? If you studied history, right? Anybody from Philly knows about the Quakers. You think it was all so-called white people that was against us? No. Study the history of the Quakers. The Quakers. Most of them was burnt by the stake because they was helping black people. When people were running to Canada, fleeing to Canada, who you think was up there helping them? Let's think about it. Like, we got this whole black and white thing jumping off, not understanding. Judge a person by their conduct. I'm saying this because it's my life experience. We do more sugar honey iced tea to each other than a little bit, bro. Every time I'm turning on my TV, we shooting each other. We killing each other. Niggas overkill with a nigga. Like, talk about those things. Let's boycott the ignorance in our neighborhoods. Boycott the killings. You know why the niggas ain't gonna go? Because you ain't got the heart to go out there and tell them that. You're not gonna go tell them that. That's all.
It still wouldn't matter though, because we as black people don't own the media, and
I thought we did.
Our white counterparts control the media, so therefore they control what is being advertised to us, to our actual subconscious, to desensitize us to actually seeing that and being promoted, because I'm not gonna get off topic. I was gonna say something about Indian people, but I'm gonna just stay on the topic of this. I want to say just the Black experience.
I don't know what that is, but anyway, let's move forward. If you don't like something, again, what do? If you don't like a certain book, you do what? You close the book, right? If you don't like what you're looking at, you do what? Change the channel, right? Right? That's what I do. If I don't like something, most of these cats y'all watch on social media, I don't even watch. Somebody send it to me, I watch 3 minutes and turn it off. You know why? Because I don't like it. So we keep saying what they're controlling. They're not really controlling anything. This is the thing, bro. And I'm throwing out these books for a reason. There's a book called Hacking the American Mind. Hacking the American Mind, right? Hacking the American Mind, and also Propaganda. There's a book by Edward Bernays called Propaganda. Get it, read it. So if I don't like something, right, I turn it off. I don't watch it. So they have to do it in rotation so you can like it. It's like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. The Viagra commercial. Y'all remember that commercial? Viagra, and late at night it will come on about 12 o'clock, or the porn stuff come on at 12 o'clock at night, and the guy washing the car and the woman in the window smiling, and the dude, the phone's supposed to be what? And he's laughing, he's smiling. At the end, it says, take this pill if you need to stay up, you know? So now at the middle of the night, it's in your subconscious mind that you think you need a pill to keep an erection. You follow me? These are the things they do. You don't have to watch any of these things, because I don't. I turn it off. So far as them controlling, why don't you control your politicians, your black people that you put in front of people? You follow me? You can't control somebody when you don't know what they're supposed to do. You can't tell someone what to do when you don't know what they're supposed to do. Are you following me? So these are the basic fundamentals. This is why you don't see me on nobody's platform like they be putting Umars or the Tariqs. They don't put me on there because I'm going to make it make sense. So I don't like something, I turn it off. I never give this person, people, not even our people, position of power over me. That's how I am. I'm a free thinker. You follow me? So I don't give them that. Get out your way. If that was the case, I would have gave up a long time ago when money was offered to me. It's many times money was offered to me. I turned it down. Why? It's my principles and my morals that I rock with. It may be longer, it may be harder, but it's my principles and my morals. And anybody rock with me for over 20, 25 years, y'all know I never changed. I never switched up, no matter how much money. I always sit back and just listen to people and say, okay, that's not cool. I'm about making allies. Right now, if I went to go over to Morocco or Tunis, I got a place to stay in every last one of these places, bro. Believe me. I gave up Airbnbs when I was in North Africa and Tunis, and they said, come into my house. We got you. And made me a whole bunch of couscous too. God darn. Real fresh food. You follow me? So these are the things we have to start looking into. Same thing with my Mexican family. Same thing with my Mexican family. When I started the radio show, Dre, out here, it was a Mexican that gave me $500 a couple of times. When I started LA Talk Live, I didn't want to do radio anymore. I did radio in Philadelphia from 2003 to 2009. And guess who was against me? It wasn't no Mexican, it wasn't no white person, it was a black-owned radio station, WRD. They didn't like I was telling y'all about the law and history. They would come to me all the time and say, well, you shouldn't say this, or you shouldn't do this. These are literally people, politicians. I can run the names down. All of them, sheriffs, politicians, attorneys, they was all in there. And I would talk about the laws, and I would tell people the laws, and they would come to me and say, you talking about the station. I said, I'm not talking about the station. I'm talking about the people at the station. And they got pissed. So what happens when I moved, I left radio after my mother passed in 2008. I moved out here to LA in 2009. About 2011, my Mexican brother, Sal, that y'all think don't like you, met me on Hollywood Boulevard and opened up a bag of 500 ones that he got from Negroes going to a strip club, throwing them, disrespecting women, disrespecting the black woman in a club. He gave me 500 ones and said, go start the radio. I don't know you, but I feel your spirit. He didn't want nothing from me. Go look up it online. You'll find me on LA Talk Live and Punching Sabir Bay. You'll see some Mexicans there with feathers on their heads. So what I did when I came out here, I started making allies. Okay, let's do this. What's the connection between the Mexicans and us? Not black, but Moriscos or Moranos, right? Let's get Alberto. Yo, what you need, bro? I got you. Not a problem. He's another Mexican. Said, yo, what you need to start the show? How could you do this? I'm fresh. I can't ask y'all for that. You say, why should I do that? Why would I give you that kind of money? I was done with radio. I was done. But if it wasn't for those brothers, Sal and Alberto, I would never went back on radio. And this is when the time the internet started. That was LA Talk Live. You can look it up in Sabir Bay, LA Talk Live. And then I went to Roscoe's Media. So these are the things, man. You have to make allies with people, bro. You have to have something of substance. What are black people giving back to anybody? I'm just asking. What are you giving? You always want somebody to give y'all, but what are you giving back? Because it's a give and take. I know y'all understand that part, but it's a give and take. What are you giving back to the African countries? What are you giving back? You giving money to the Koreans though, and the Chinese people though. You definitely, and the Jews, who taking your tax dollars and taking it to Israel to kill children. Damn. Think about that for a minute. Well, let me correct that. The Zionists. Let me correct that, because we are the original Jews. The Zionists. And you ain't got no smoke for none of them. No smoke. I ain't gonna do with that, brother. Maybe I need to get that APAC money. Y'all crazy, man. So I never, ever bent over for nobody, bro. I have always fought for the people, even if I didn't get paid. I always fought for the people. So,
all right, so let me open up again. We got more people on the stage. We got Jamal on the stage. Aliaza. This is the period. Go ahead, brother. What was you saying?
No, I was just saying this is a Sabir show.
No, this is not Sabir's show. This is not my show.
Hey, brother.
I digress.
Why are you doing that, brother? I don't know. Why?
No, I mean, just saying Google this, Google this source, go to my site.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know why you're doing that. Like, do you know the brother Sabir or something like that?
I don't, but just the way he's coming off, I'm just hearing a lot of indirect marketing.
See what I'm saying?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with him marketing himself? He's coming.
Nothing wrong, but it's just contradiction. So I'm not trying to market myself. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna see what direction it's going.
So he said I contradicted. Tell me where I contradicted myself. Let me explain this to you. If I want to market myself, you should be your biggest marketer. How about that part? I hope you got that. But I wasn't here to market. But if I'm a guest on here, I'm going to tell you to come over here, because I know, again, I told you, you said Google me. That's what you do. That's a resume, right? When you go to a job, right, they say what? Show me your resume, right? Okay, so
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that.
Okay, brother. Let's move forward.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that. I think this type of mindset is something that we have to lose.
There you go.
As a people, where there's nothing wrong with the brother marketing and promoting himself. I think that everybody in here, and matter of fact, we should all exchange information with each other and seeing how we can be resources and add value, not only to the conversation.
He just comes off.
Hold on, let him speak and I'm gonna explain it to him. Let him speak and then we're gonna move forward. And I'm gonna explain it to him, because obviously. Okay, so let me.
He can DM you in the back channel or something if it's like that. I want it to flow. We got brother Richard. He's from Philly. What's going on, Richard? We got Sabir Bay from Philly. On the stage right now. We're talking about the boycott. Are you familiar, brother Richard? I want to talk to him specifically, brother Richard, because he's in Philly. Did you hear about the FBA talking about boycotting Africa Town?
I haven't heard about it. Not that specifically, no.
Okay, where have you heard about this boycott that's going on?
I mean, I heard on the Universal Clubhouse about boycotting Africans, but not necessarily in relationship to Philly.
Well, no, you didn't hear that the FBA are boycotting African businesses and Caribbean businesses?
Yeah, that's what I said. And here on Clubhouse I heard, but not in Philly I haven't heard.
Yeah. I was on WURD, I think it was like Friday. Me and Mrs. Joyner, we doing a give back on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids are about to go back to school. But one of the radio hosts on WURD, he's from Africa. And he was explaining how the FBA has this boycott that's going on. It's it's all over. So this is a thing, you know, in Philadelphia, as I was explaining to those who are on Clubhouse and on the live stream, we have Africa Town on Woodland Avenue, and this I think this is a major issue, and we have to draw a line in the sand. Those of us who are against the boycott. So we got a new campaign that's going. It's called Boycott the Boycott.
Boycott the Boycott.
You with it, brother Richard?
I mean, I hear, you know, boycott the boycott. I mean, I don't know. Well, let me say this. So today we just did the thing for the reparation task force, and we got like 4 people to show through. And I don't know if you know brother Kimba, Bektemba. You know, we charge genocide, and so
you talking about the brother, the Uhuru brother?
I don't think he's with you. I don't remember with you.
He's a professor up there.
But I know. Yeah, in New York. Yeah.
He's down with Uhuru. I know what you're talking
So what the reason I bring that up, because you know all these here determine momentum compared to sloganizing. You know what I mean? Like momentum of as far as mobilization and organization of any activity compared to actually organizing.
I actually don't know what you mean, because like I
know how many people when I'm saying mobilization in the sense of I just don't see us organizing in Philly, especially those the politically conscious group. I mean, even when I go to North Philadelphia Peace Park or other activities, I don't see a large mobilization of us in this moment.
Don't you think that's all around the country though? And that's the reason why.
He's right. He's right. He's right.
Yes, that's the challenge I'm having.
This is the point. This is the reason why we say boycott the boycott, because we don't need more division.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, we'll do, you know, we'll do it. But I'm trying to make a distinction between just making statements, which I call, you know, like just promoting things. But when you look at the outcome, I don't see the effectiveness.
He's talking about the people. Yeah, people coming in. So let me give you an example of what he's saying, brother. Remember, Bigger Dre, when you was in Philly, you did that event, and you said you promoted, I think, for a couple of months, and you put an event on, and you said it wasn't people that came in, or the people came in wanted to something for free. Remember, you was telling me that. That's what the brother is saying. Where is the outcry?
Okay, he's saying he don't understand how. By us saying boycott the boycott.
No. I'm saying what he's talking about right here. I'm listening to him. I'm listening.
I'm listening.
But he's saying when you're promoting, and then when it happens, the outcome. How many people are coming? That's if that's what he's saying, right? If I believe is what you're saying, right, bro? So
what he's saying is,
I'm saying like, on one hand, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
See?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's talking about. So
even for those who saying they're going to boycott the African, Africa Town, the FBA, I'm not convinced that they can produce the numbers to really be effective. So to say, I mean, yes, it's good for them to say they're going to boycott Africa Town. I mean, even for I've seen the evolution of Africa. I mean, not even Africa Town, because as you would know that Janie Blackwell and I forget his name, they started that from the city hall having those meetings where the Caribbean, African, and African Americans, were meeting once a month.
See,
and when the few meetings that I ever attended, I always see more Caribbeans and Africans, especially along Baltimore Avenue and Woodland Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah. So so African Americans of Philly. I don't know the rest of the world. I just know what I've seen in Philly. And what we
All I'm saying is,
okay.
when you put out negative seeds of discourse, right? Whether you call it a slogan, it seeps into the minds of people who are impressionable. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying to you is, we have to take a stance, and so that people don't put everybody in the same barrel and say, well, okay, oh, that's how this is the energy. This is how African Americans feel, or this is how Black people feel about their brothers from the continent and from the Caribbean. I'm saying that the same way they're putting out that slogan, as you would say, or putting out that energy, and some of them are being active. I'm saying that we have to have a campaign that says, no, we boycott the boycott.
And that's right. But and I'm saying that's fine. I mean, I just, you asked me then, you know, I guess you were asking also, where do I stand in that?
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I was asking.
Right.
Where do you
stand? Yeah, and that's why I went down that line of thinking, because I stand that Black Philadelphians organized in the interest of Black Philadelphia, and I don't see us doing that. I don't see the ADOS. I don't see the FBA. I don't even see, now what I do see, the Continental and the Caribbean businessmen. That's why Woodland Avenue even got those flags up.
Every nation's flag.
Right. I do see them because those merchants, you know, along that corridor, you know, who have businesses, and they are also, and you see how their businesses, they have a somewhat international trade in the sense they bring containers in.
What did I just say?
Of their goods, right?
I said that.
See that.
And they trade with each other.
When you say, right, but you know, but FBA, and I don't know about FBA, but I know ADOS. When ADOS first started in Philadelphia, you know, I be a person who was a founding member of the division in Cobra. I intentionally went to the ADOS founding formation. They were meeting at the library. It could have been no more than 5 people.
Damn.
And maybe 3 of them lived outside of the city proper.
Wow. Let it be a concert, bro. Let Jay-Z come there or Beyonce come there.
I seen that the Jay-Z concerts, you know, but they were focused more downtown.
Thank you.
And that on the Parkway first, and even you know, what's his name, the brother from the Roots, his thing, his
Black
formation.
But
I don't want to get off, and I do hear you, Moon. I'm not discounting, but when you ask me where do I stand, and I'm taking a stand, if Black Philadelphians are organizing in the interest of Black Philadelphia, I stand with doing that because we're organizing. But at this point right now, I'm not seeing us doing that. I see us making proclamations, and I don't know who's making these proclamations. Like you said, I don't usually listen to URD. I was Saturday. Was that Saturday? I was down here before Washington at the when they talking about at least possibly dismantling the Washington House with that avenging the ancestors. I see more whites there.
Yes.
Than I see blacks.
Yep.
Right. And that's something that came out of Black protests of some would say here in the Universal Clubhouse, out of the elders, you know, besides Michael Cord, you know, at that time, and Brother Rob, right? They came out of the elders saying that once they found those or did that excavation, found that these Africans, those African ancestral worked in the kitchen of that, you know, quote unquote White House, and we need to memorialize that, and they fought to have that done, and now they're talking about possibly dismantling it. I didn't see a FBA, ADOS,
Nope.
Black Nationalists, Black Panthers, Pan-Africanists. You know, I didn't see them saying for our historical memorial and representation that where we stand in relationship to this boy that's sitting at the White House, who is a proclaimed white nationalist. I see no, you know, like I said, I see more white people there.
Hey, can I say this to you, my brother?
Yes.
Can I say this to you? Because I can bear witness to what you're saying. I don't know if you can remember when they was trying to take Columbus statue down. Remember that? And that's not even in our neighborhood. Remember they were trying to take Columbus statue down? You remember that day?
Right.
I got off. Hold on. Was it? No. Well, hold on. Let me tell you something. It was Italians are not white people, y'all. They wasn't even classified as white, for the record. I'll just need y'all to know the history. They were not. I grew up with Joey Molino and them type of dudes. That's Joey Molino is Sicilian. That's why he looks a little dark too. So I remember getting off the plane. I was raised on 22nd and Catherine, brother. I'm from the Deuce, 22nd and Catherine. Okay. So I get off the plane coming back to Philly, as you know, because you get off the plane, you come directly down Broad Street, right? You can come down that way. So I'm in a car, and I told him to stop the car. I stopped the car. It was a big protest about taking the statue down. It's still up there. I get out the car, and my boy Medib is from Tunis. He said, Sabir, be very careful. Be careful. Like they was out there with baseball bats, the Italians. I'm not going to front. Y'all know how they roll, right? So I get out the car, and when I tell you, you talk about it was white people that was out there talking about taking that statue down. I seen 2 people in the Black Lives Matter movement, bro. I'm not lying. 2 of our people. The rest of those people was all white people, right? I said, I'm looking around, I'm scratching my head like, where the hell we at? That's supposed to be Black Lives Matter. So as I'm moving through the crowds, I'm talking to the Italian dudes and I'm talking about the connection between the Moors and Sicilians. And the dudes started, I had a whole crowd around me. I literally had a crowd around me of Italians, and I started talking to them about the Sicilians and the Moors and Columbus. And I was in Spain, and I could tell you Columbus' tomb. And it was like, really? I said, yeah, y'all come from us. Sicilians come from the Moors, right? They knew, but it was all white people. Y'all lump Italians into white people. They're not. And when they first came in, they wasn't even classified as white. When they came here, they wasn't. They was niggas, and that's how they looked at them. So when you look at these people, we're basing things off on the color thing. No, I have never seen a 100% white person, blonde hair, blue eyes. Then again, we got blue eyes too. That's my point. So we throw these words out: a white person, black person, yellow person. Nobody called themselves yellow. You follow me? It's silliness, man. People have nations and nationalities. That's what this is about. So when you was on Woodland Avenue, right, you had all the nation's flags, right? That's a nation, right? On the Parkway in Philadelphia, you have what? All the nation's flags on the Parkway. There is no black flag up there. It's all nations flags on the Parkway. That's how this is, right? Go look up the Parkway in Philadelphia. Go look up Woodland Avenue. Go to the Kennedy Center in DC. It's nations. There is no black nation, but we were stripped of that part. That's what happened. My father told me, growing up in Philadelphia, my father said South Street, where everybody go to, was called Cedar Street. I said, what? Most don't know that, right? My father said this to me. My father passed away. He was born in 1937. This is around basically at the time of the Moors falling, the Moor Science Temple, because the Moors in Philadelphia had from Delaware Avenue up to Grace Ferry Avenue on South Street. You won't see nothing like that on it. Why? Because we have sellouts in these movements.
Exactly.
Please do your research in Philadelphia, B. From Delaware Avenue up South Street, where y'all go for a doomsday, around to Delaware, down to Grace Ferry Avenue. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. There's only one building on 20th and South. It's the Moor Science Temple now. Ain't that kind of crazy? But we sold out when Noble Drawley passed away. When my father told me this, and I said, Dad, I don't believe you. I had to go research Cedar Street. And that made sense, right? The whole tree, the American flag is the cedar tree. Go look up the American flag. It's called the Continental flag. The banner that everybody flies is the Star Spangled Banner. That's the United States flag. Okay? The Continental, if you look up the Continental flag, here is going to tell you what it is. So these are the things, brother, we got to fix this problem. And the one missing link in all of this is the Moors. And they know that. I had an argument with Michael Kors one time. You keep running around talking about this black thing, brother. You already know that. But then again, he's bonded. He's an attorney. He can't say what I say. It's like an agent being free. I'm a free agent. I'm not bonded by them. They could take his barcode and he cried. You follow me? You can't take a barcode from me. So it's certain things that people are yoked to. They're yoked to the jobs, bro. They're yoked to their degrees, bro. I don't have those things. I was always free. And that was the issue with me at WRD. They didn't understand where I was coming from. How did this dude know all this information? What school did he go to? They used to ask me these questions. It's not that I'm bigging up myself, but I want you to understand the journey. So when I was doing these things, I was going through it and I seen it firsthand. I don't know. And I'm going to give you a name, brother. I don't know if you know this brother, my brother from Philly. It was a guy named Willie Natil. Do you know who he was? Attorney Willie Natil.
No.
Okay. He was a big attorney in Philadelphia. His office used to be on, what is it, Warner Street. I think it was 13th and Warner. Still remember. This man stressed so much that he killed himself. He was the first person to sponsor when I was on WRD because I didn't have a sponsorship. And I used to go to his office, like to pick up the checks and sitting in a boardroom of all attorneys. And they used to ask, who am I? I used to walk in with a V-neck t-shirt on, sweatpants on, with my pants leg rolled up. This is before the internet came on, before y'all started doing YouTubes. And they used to always trying to figure out who is this dude that's coming in here knowing every law book. I used to sit in the boardroom and they were trying to figure out who I was. And he would just say, ignore them, Sabir. But he got stressed. And when you're stressed, holding in the lies and the truth, it will kill you, bro. It will kill. And it killed that man. Look him up. Attorney Willie Natil. He was an old head, but he knew certain things, but he couldn't say it because he was yoked. He was tied, bro. This is why I can't be tied to this, brother, because the truth, I have to tell it. I've spoke to a lot of elders. They said, you can't die with this, Sabir. You got to tell people what's going on. And then you have people come over and say, well, you think you just promoting yourself. No, but I'm just telling you the journey. So all this talking online, I feel what my brother was saying. We should be packing these places. When my brother Moon has something, y'all should be packing those places. Don't look for no handouts. Help those brothers. Help those brothers. But go ahead.
So Moon, are you saying that there's an activity that's going to go on? If I hear about an event, usually I try to attend. So if I hear about it, I'll support it. I'm not necessarily anti anything, as I said. But if you, especially hearing this now, because I don't listen to URD. So, since Cody, when we did like this in Philly,
rest in peace to Cody, man.
We gave all the tapes of all when we brought in Dr. Ben, Dr. Rob, all those people who famous and whatever. We gave the tape to Cody and Joey Temple and would play him. When we would interject them in the playlist. So I'm familiar, but as I say, I'm more centered around. I don't care how our organization or how we personally self-identify. I'm more about Black Philadelphia organizing in the interest of Black Philadelphia. If we're not doing that, then we're on one side or the other.
Yes, we are. Can I ask you a question, brother? I thought about this the other day. I was asking people, is Joey still alive?
No, I think he passed.
Wow, man. Yo, and this is the thing. See, these are the things that, brother, like people like you, who's been around this, and like Cody Anderson was my GM, y'all. For y'all don't know, Cody Anderson was the GM of WRD, and I got my start when he was there. And Ralph Stevens, Ralph was my accountant, and I was doing radio during that time. And who else was in there? What's the dude's name? The older guy. Used to be another older guy. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, he passed.
Hey, family. I want to stay on this topic.
Okay, but this is the topic. I got it, brother. We good. But
I'm just saying, it's some people on the stage, and they might have some questions.
Well, let them ask them, brother. Let's hit the link.
Yeah, but they might not. Everybody is not a gladiator or warrior like you or myself, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm opening it up for anybody that's on the stage that may want to chime in because I'm sure it's a lot of people in the room, and I'm sure a lot of people came for the title as well. So at this time, you know what I mean. I want to open it up. Jamal, Blissful, what's going on, Bliss? How you feeling? We got Brother Sabir in the building. Liam. We're talking about tonight the boycott that FBA has started against the African and Caribbean businesses. So y'all got anything on the topic? Would you like to chime in? There's a lot of people in the room right now, so we definitely want to keep it, keep it flowing. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Wilson, I see you back in the building as well. So yeah, the floor is open, the mic is open. I know Aliaza, I was speaking to Aliaza earlier too, and he said he had some questions that he wanted to ask.
Brother Moon, I got the same questions from the last conversation.
Shoot.
What are the what benefits are for us to continue to try to collaborate with Africans and Caribbeans here in America?
Sabir, you want to take that?
Brother, I just said it again. You have to make allies, brother. I don't know why this is hard for grown people to understand what I just said.
All right, well, I'm gonna take that.
That's all I keep saying.
So
to
the
people.
benefits is strength and unity.
That's all it is, brother. You
strength in numbers.
That's all it is.
Cooperative economics. As the brother was saying earlier, our brothers from the continent, it taps into a whole nother market. Africa is rich in resources, but we have been disconnected from the continent and our brothers and sisters. So the benefits is reestablishing, reconnecting, and us enterprising internationally. That's one of the major benefits. Working together, getting to know each other, and getting into the flow and making this the new norm. Because it should be normal anyway. It's like a no-brainer to me. We should be working by each other as a network. So that's one of the major benefits.
So how's that work though? I don't see Caribbeans and Africans in the majority that are here that want to do that with us and do the business with us. And I don't see them doing the business, amongst themselves like that at all. For us to put something together to bring it, even get back to the motherland.
Only through entertainment.
Yeah, but athletes, entertainers, and celebrities, we know what that is.
See, I that's not true because what it is that everyone that might be from the motherland, you know what I'm saying, or from the Caribbean, they might not identify as being African or Caribbean. You might not know. You might got a brother that's African, you know what I'm saying?
They cross playing.
And you don't even know. He just rocking out with you like he's a brother. Next thing you know, you find out he's from Nigeria.
They cross playing.
I mean, but see, this is the thing. This is why I have an issue with this. We have to start doing this thing like it's a us and them.
Crossing what?
It's a united front. You know what I'm saying? It's a united front. And once we start thinking about
where's the united front though, brother? Show it to me.
Brother, can I say this?
Are those who work for us by each other. It's happening in Philadelphia, African town.
Thank you.
They're not going African Americans or those who identify as African Americans.
No, they're not.
From coming in.
So it's an African town. Why not make it black town?
Because there's no such thing as a black town.
The same goals and struggles, and we're saying that we're black and we're fighting, global white supremacy, racism. Just why not call it black?
Okay,
town?
so how about this part? Can I address this thing?
Part of the African diaspora.
And Moon, can I address something, brother? I was talking
Is
to
Africa nationality,
brother. Let me help you out. It's nation. No, listen. Let me help you out.
I mean, that's a continent.
Listen,
like
let me help you out.
I'm totally, I'm boycott, as I said before.
That's on you then. Don't listen. Hold up. Let me address this, Moon.
What's
Hold
the
up.
issue when Black Americans go to Ghana and start all Black American towns?
Thank you.
It's just everyone identifies with the culture, their culture, religion. in language. It's easier that way.
But this is the thing, y'all. Let me explain this to y'all. Hold up. Let me say this, Moon. Let me address this to the brother because he said he's just going to boycott.
Black Americans say they want to boycott and do their own thing and work with Black Americans in America and do Black American issues first. What is wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong. Listen, nothing wrong with it. Hold up. It's nothing wrong with it. Hold up.
I think Black Americans should lobby to disaggregate the numbers, to delineate and do all that. I just think like going after Africans is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You know, damn well, like the Mexicans and the Jews and shit are 10 times worse.
How about self-preservation?
But what does that have to do with anything? Saying another group is worse when other groups do the same thing. These other groups are infighting and having beef among themselves too. When y'all say these things, I don't know if y'all really understand what's going on.
Okay.
So y'all being disingenuous.
No, brother.
I'm
listen
amongst themselves. Irish, French, German, they all fight. They don't like each other. But I feel like y'all being disingenuous.
Why are we identifying as us and them? We are one.
I don't see us as one, brother Moon. Maybe you do.
Well, I see us as one. How about that part? I see us as one.
I do too. I see us as one with the phenotype in our features because our African genes are more dominant.
Thank you very much.
European genes and everything. I want you to say, just living on the continent of Africa and seeing it like I blend in. The only reason they can tell I'm not one of them is when I start to talk.
Thank you.
So I did the intellectual lifting to see like, oh wow, this brings me back to the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I come in contact with this self-esteem that I can't really get back home in the States.
And this is what happening, brother. If you listen, I'm gonna say this for all of you foundational dead Americans. I call it dead because that's what black is. If you want to boycott, please don't take your wife or your girlfriend to the Caribbean. Please don't take your wife and woman over Africa. If you want to boycott, just remember that part when you wife or your girlfriend say, I want to go to Jamaica, Aruba, whatever. Don't go. Say, I want to stay right here. We'll put it in a backyard and we'll act like we're in Aruba. How about that part? The stupidest thing ever, bro.
Great.
And this is, and I guarantee you won't do it. I bet you. And this is the weird part about our people. We're not even honest with ourselves, bro. I don't need to be there. This is I'm from here and over there. What part are you missing?
No, I didn't say you. I said they should.
Why should they? Why?
Because they left. They left to fight. That makes them.
You ain't fighting nothing in your community or your neighborhood. What you fighting in your neighborhood? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. What are you fighting in your neighborhood? Hold up, Dre. Moon. Just chill 1 second, okay? I'm gonna make this make sense. Either he must live in a gated community or he live in the suburbs. I bet you he's not in the hood where shooting is going on 24/7 at. So what you should do, I'm talking about you foundation, right?
I'm not even FBA.
Whatever it is, you're talking about it. But my point of the matter, brother, is that we have our issues in our neighborhood. In our neighborhood.
With the brother, then soon as the brother comes, it comes with a slight.
No,
let's stay on the topic.
It is a topic, but I want you to deal with reality because you're saying some
that's
crazy
your reality.
stuff.
That's not my reality.
But it's my reality because that's where I grew up at and I went through it. You didn't go through it because you know
exactly.
why? You know why you didn't go through it? Because you're safe and the white man is protecting you. But go ahead, bro. Let's get back on the subject matter.
Exactly. Let's get back on the subject matter and let's stop
it's
talking
confusing though. He brings himself as an FBA at first, but now he's not.
Exactly. You follow me? You let people telling themselves.
No, what are you talking about? When did I say I was FBA? I said I support the boycott.
Nah, but when you were saying it like us when you were describing
Black Americans. That's what I said.
But you said you weren't a Black American.
When did I say that? Did you not see that?
Sit down, man. Maybe I'm just confused. I'm gonna sit down for a second.
Okay, there you go.
This one, I listen. I'm not.
Everybody has the right. You know what I'm saying, to say what they want to say, right, or be who they want to be. Okay. And if you stand on that, that's great. Okay. But don't say that somebody else's thought process and ideology is wrong because you disagree with it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Seriously, hold up. So, do you agree with a guy wanting to be a girl and a girl wanting to be a guy? Do you agree with that?
I do not.
Okay, so that's they say it is okay then, right? See how that works? That's them. So you can't get mad at them. You can't get mad at them because that's what they want to self-identify with, right? So don't get mad at some if a guy want to be a girl and a girl want to be a guy. Don't get mad at him. But you're mad at him though.
You didn't move the goalposts,
brother. I don't care. I just made something very simple to you, brother. I just said, don't. But people get mad at that. They get mad. Self-identify. They went to a self-identify. Okay.
Well, we already know what the LGBT movement is doing.
Okay,
so
but you ain't doing nothing about it though.
Okay. Well, no, none of us are doing anything about it. Let you tell us. You were the all knowing God.
Don't get in your feelings, brother. That's okay. Don't try it, brother. Don't get in your feelings,
brother. I'm not getting in my feelings.
I'm telling you, you come off like a tyrant sometimes. It's like if nobody agrees with you, that's like or else.
Don't do that, brother.
No, he's just speaking the facts, bro, and he can prove everything.
Let's stay back on the topic. The personal shots make it low vibrational per usual.
Okay, let's move forward then. But I'm gonna say this to you. Don't fight with me, and I won't fight with you. And I'm gonna help. Now, listen, I'm just putting aside for everybody because I'm not just talking to you on here. Okay. And if you don't understand, listen. If you don't understand this, what I'm speaking is a Philly attitude. Anybody that's on his feed knows the Philly attitude. So if you don't like that part, y'all can either leave or just be quiet because I'm sorry.
Philly's a dope.
No doubt, I am that all day.
Yep, my grandparents.
I got respect for Pennsylvania.
Germantown.
No, not Pennsylvania. We said Philly.
I said Pennsylvania because of Lincoln University.
Philly's dope.
Okay, so let's
on the topic.
Lincoln University did one of the biggest contributions to Africa by teaching Kwame. Kwame went back to Africa when he took his American experience here, took it back to Africa, and got independence. And if it wasn't for Black America, who knows? Africa might not be independent. Might not gain its independence from Black America because he did attend the HBCU in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
If you got pink tickets and you're in the room, turn in your pink tickets and join the house.
Absolutely, join the house. Great house to be in. Intellectual thought process. Great people.
But yeah, but I don't, my thing is, man, I'm just not for this division. That's all it is. That's all it is, brother. I'm just not, I'm from the school of the Elijah Muhammad. You don't condemn a dirty glass of water. You just sit the clean one up beside the dirty glass and let the people choose it. It's like hip hop.
That sounds great. I'm not, and overall, I'm not for it either. But what I'm saying is this, and I'm gonna say it again. We have tried everything, and we continue to try everything. When is it going to be the correct thing to do to worry about problems in America and your people, just like everyone else does? I don't see the problem with saying that we're going to focus on us, our issues as a collective. I don't see that problem.
Like Burkina Faso?
Absolutely. Just like Burkina Faso. Absolutely.
But you know what you got to get rid of, brother? We're going to have to get, and I don't mean to sound evil with this, you got to get rid of all the European mindset Negroes. You have to get rid of Negroes that look like you and I, brother, that call themselves Black. I just said this. You have to. When you read Carter G. Woodson's book, and I tell people to read it, Miseducation of the Negro, he says it in there. A Black teacher is nothing but a white teacher. That's what he says. We have to get teachers that are willing to tell the truth in schools. We're not Black people, right? So if you're going to have to really walk that across that fire, bro, seriously, because the reality is you're going to have all of them come at you because they got the finances and they're going to use our people to do it. They're going to have, and I'm telling you, brother, because I went through this with experience. I went through this. I can only tell you Sabir Bey's experience from the conscious community down to me working at a Black radio station. They don't want truth on this, John, bro. They don't want y'all to come together. They don't. So what happens if they do? If we did, it's over for them. So they're going to pay off certain politicians. You're going to pay off city council members that look like you and I. They are not doing nothing for our people at all. Those are the ones you should be boycotting. Boycott your city council people. Boycott your mayors.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't see anything you said wrong, but we can walk and chew gum at the same time.
I don't chew gum, so I got you.
Okay, I got you, brother. So you're telling me that you don't see a attack on Black Americans or whatever. Let's just agree on a name that we can call that group, so we don't go back and forth with the etymology. We'll just say us. All right. There's not an attack on us here from everybody. I
don't see it. I don't. Let me tell you something.
I got you.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? And I keep bringing up Philadelphia for a reason. Listen, we have an attack on our own people, period. Rather it's European, rather it's somebody else. We do have an attack. What about the black cops that do what they do to our people? What about the black cops that sit back and allow things to happen in front of their counterparts that is white, right? And that dude, that young boy that was in Florida that didn't do anything, look at the black cop that threw him on the ground too. So we'll give him a pass and say, oh no, he's this. No, boycott the police then. So I never, listen, me personally, I've never been under attack by nobody like that. I'm going to tell you the nastiest person, brother, and anybody is honest with yourself, you know this. The nastiest person that when I used to get pulled over would always be the brother. You know what I would say? What's up, brother? He said, I'm not your fucking brother. You follow me? So that's what I'm talking about. So it's the haves and the have-nots. This is the reality. You have people who are celebrities.
Everything you're saying, I agree with. But what I'm saying is this: for us to say, I don't see. So we're saying all this, and we've been attacking global white supremacy and racism. We've never stopped doing that. We have the best formula on the planet to attack them head on. And everybody sees that. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Everybody wants to co-opt it. So we've never stopped doing that. What I'm saying is this so-called united movement with all blacks in this country, African and Caribbean, it is not all like that. It's not all cracked up like that. I don't see that piece. Now, my everyday, how I move in life, if you move with your mindset and how you move, I'm with you. I don't care what you are, we're not, going to be flag banging. But to say that we have this collective thought process about all of us coming together, that's not being truthful.
Well, this is the thing, again, I'm with you on that. I agree with that, right? I expect certain stuff from my people. I'm serious. Let me ask you a question, bro. And I want you to give me yes or no. I don't want you to go around the block. Do you feel inferior to anyone?
No.
Then why do we use white supremacy all the time?
When I speak, brother, when I speak, brother Samir, I try to speak in a ABC 1, 2, 3, so everybody in the room.
I'm pretty sure everybody can relate to what I just said, though. It's very simple what I just said. So
yeah.
If it's a no, then right. If it's a no, then why do we keep using the word white supremacy? Let me explain this to y'all. When you really study law and history and read Frantz Fanon's book, he has a book called Black Skin, White Mask. And I'm gonna see if I can remember what he said. He said the black man he speaks about him being inferior, and he said about dressing like them, acting like him, speaking like him. He said he calls it inferiority. It's not white supremacy. Carter G. Woodson called it inferiority too with the blacks. So it's an inferiority thing because you lack something. It's white supremacy means that someone, number one, has superior power over you. You think they have power over you. I never give them that, brother. It's a theory. It's not a fact. White supremacy is a theory. So if I say I don't feel inferior, that's how I feel. Why? Because I know truly who I am. And I'm going to let Europeans know who I am when I'm in the room with them. And I'm going to let them know that you come from me. You're my child. Facts, right? When you see me in the room, I was in Oakland one day and I heard this lady tell this Mexican lady to go back. When you over here, she was in a coffee shop. She said, go back to your country. And you see, when you in America, you speak English. I said, well, you in her country, you in Mexico, right? I said, but if I told you to go back to where you came from, where would you go back to? No argument. The whole coffee shop turned around, looked at me and said, what the hell he just say to her? I said it loud enough so everybody in the coffee shop could hear me. That's the type of person I am. I said, if I told you to go back to where you came from, where would you go back to? She couldn't say nothing. The Mexican lady started laughing. That's the type of person that I am. When I'm walking, I'm doing it. So I don't feel inferior to no one. I know who I am. I am a Moor, and so are y'all. You rejected. And this is what Noble Drew Ali was talking about. You strayed after the gods of Europe that you do nothing of. That's what Noble Drew Ali said. So all of you strayed after the gods that you knew nothing of. And that's why most of y'all probably are Christians and probably just getting out of Christianity, talking about I'm spiritual and all this other stuff now. No, you strayed. So these are the things we got to fix.
Here come the smoke. Here come the smoke.
They can bring the
smoke.
We got the smoke coming to the stage. But before the smoke, hey, Love, make that announcement for him, Love. The smoke is in the building. Here comes the smoke. Love, what you got for us, Love?
Peace, everyone. Thank you for being here. I just wanted to give a heads up that the room will be closing at 12 at midnight. So if we can just align the conversation in that way so that we can end on time. Thank you.
Time never was. Thank you, sister. But time never was when man was not.
Hey, smoke in the building. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the Book of Nefesh is back in the building. You know what I'm saying? Brother Sabir, last shadow hour, Nefesh had some things that he was sharing as it relates to the Constitution, and there was a little contention there. So welcome to the stage, Nefesh. Welcome back. We appreciate you joining us for this constructive build, the shadow hour.
Rastafari, bless it to the room. One and all, ones and ones. Bless it.
And what was that contention last night about the Constitution and black and?
Oh, I just wanted to
If you speak in the flesh, we can't hear you.
Yeah,
definitely can't hear.
We can't hear you.
All I know is what Black Americans are experiencing is, and I want to say collectively, is an inferior complex. Something similar to what South Africa is experiencing, because it just came out of apartheid, and honestly, we just came somewhat out of apartheid during the 1960s, and we only had these like civil or equal rights roughly like 60 plus years, and just being out of slavery not even 200 years. So it's just we're still developing and just trying to figure it out. So I do give Black people grace. Just making a mature ultimatum about things. I'm not going to expect instant gratification to come so soon, because I also think more type of bloodshed and really more sacrifices like our ancestors has to be done just so we can get the results that we have today, and just to keep and even create some type of like lavish future for ourselves by continuing. So it's not going to be pretty or ugly. Well, I messed up on that part. My bad.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know if y'all had heard me, but I was saying for him to look over the Constitution of the Ethiopian World Federation from 1937, which is a constitution for Black people of the world, for us to unite and centralize and organize and become a government.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Jamal looked over it, Jarrell looked over it, and they didn't say nothing about Black people, said Africans. So I looked over that thing 1,000 times, and I am a hell of a researcher. And if you go to my YouTube, I actually showed everything, and Jarrell is on here, and my brother Jamal is on here. So y'all can look it up for yourself. Try to find the Constitution of Ethiopia, right? And see if it says Black or does it say it's African in it.
No, you keep saying.
Are you certified, Sabar? Just curious.
Am I certified?
Yes, sir.
Certified as what?
Like for like your research and information.
Oh, hell yeah.
That,
I mean, I don't know what you mean by being certified, but if you,
I mean, certified just so people can contest you to see like is your sources correct and how you know how you actually announce certain things, because it's constructional criticism.
That's okay, but but this is the thing. And this is why I don't understand why my brother Moon didn't explain this to y'all who I am before I come, because most people know who I am, and I'm not bragging. It's none of that. I say this to people all the time, my brother. First of all, I've been doing this almost 30 years. I've been in a lot of countries. I have a lot of books. If you go to my YouTube channel, I'm going to give this to you one more time, brother. And it's very easy to reach me. It's SABIRBEY, Bay, SABIRBEY on YouTube. You can Google that same name. You can go to the Instagram, Facebook, the IMDb. You can go to those things, and you will find out if I'm certified or not. You be the judge. Okay, of this, you be the judge. So when a person like me, I do research for years, and I'll be up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I probably will be this morning. And I literally tried to find where it said Black, right? It said African American, but it did not say black. Now, I don't know what page he keep going to, because when I Google what he said, I'm Google what, because I don't use Google, number one. When I Google what he said, it didn't say he said that, nor is it in there. That's all I'm saying. Now, he have a secret spot that he has hidden somewhere. I don't know. But I did. Jarrell, did you find it? Did you find it, Jamal? Because I'm up all night long. I do research, and I've been doing thorough, not just here, but in every law library and every regular library. So,
what African countries you travel?
The only two that I've been to, but I'm actually going to go to. I'm gonna be hitting up synagogues soon. But I was in Morocco and Tunis, and I've been in France, in Marseille, in the southern part.
No, I'm speaking of Africa because, like, when you say like you went to those countries, they sound like lighter.
No.
Lighter.
See, this is the problem, and this is the problem with most people have. You keep saying lighter. I don't know where you've been at. How many countries, African countries, you been in?
I've been to 12.
Okay, so
I live there.
Okay,
South Africa, my second home.
Okay, let me help you out. My brother's Yassine, Mos Def, not my brother, but his Umi adopted me. That's where Mos Def was at. He's in Spain right now. So when I'm in these places, right, I'm getting this information. You have dark people in Tunis and in Morocco. So my point, people, what guided me there first is because it's things that people are not talking about there first. Okay, so I had to go there. Now I can go to these other places and say, okay, now it makes sense. Now, when I was in Turkey, I met everybody I made salat with people from every goddamn country around the world. And I couldn't believe what I was finding out when I was there. When I was in Portugal, it was the same way. I'm finding things out. And when you study Portugal, where y'all talk about the slave thing at, is a castle called the Seven Castles in Portugal. They have a Moorish community. It's called the Moorish community. Actually, it's the Moor all up in there, all Moors, before we were called black people. So it's it's not just going to South Africa, bro. It's not just going to Africa is a large continent with many different people. Okay, many different people. So it's a whole lot that is happening. So when I get the chance, I will be there too and go there and see, and then I can make the connection. Because if I, like the brother said, if I don't open my mouth, they thought I was from there. Everywhere I went, one dude told me he thought I was from China when I was in Turkey. I said, China? He said, yes. He said, you didn't know? And then he said, go down the street. There's a place called Medusa, a restaurant, Medusa's in Turkey. And the Medusa was the locks. I said, oh my God, and I'm sitting inside the place talking to the dude. So, brother, we don't understand that the earth is our turf.
China?
Yeah, he thought I was from China. Straight up, dude. I said, I would do stuff like this. Tell me where you think I'm from. Right? And he said, I said, China. So I'm in Tunis. They thinking I'm from there. And if I open my mouth, then they know I'm not from there. That's how this goes. So people tell people where to go. Yassine went through hell in South Africa. That's why he had to get out of South Africa. Who you think it was doing it to him? See, this is the thing. When you're sitting around certain people and you think these people are your people, rather if it's over here or over there, a lot of our people have been compromised and colonized. That's the reality. So I judge people on their actions, not what they say, their actions. And it's a whole lot more I can speak on it. But if you go to my YouTubes, you'll see me doing these things. I'm sitting here. It's things that I can't even say because I still travel. It's weird because you don't know who's watching these videos when I'm live. You don't know. It could be your own people that try to do you dirty. And they have Umi. This is what Umi said. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close out with this. Umi is Yassine's mother. We was in Spain. She said, be very careful, Sabir, about what you do. She said, because your own people be one that's trying to sabotage what you do. This is what she told me. Never forget this. Rest in peace. But she told me this. Your own people will stop you from doing everything you need to get done. That's why you don't hear nothing about Yassine. You don't see him doing certain things and making, that brother's sharp and smart as hell.
They know there's gonna be no consequences attacking another I want to say dark complexion person.
Yeah, it's real, bro. And this is the reality. This is why I keep telling people to make allies, talk to people, bro. Make allies with people. I have a problem with my people from South Africa.
Even if we make allies, when it comes down to self-preservation,
that is
right or wrong, it'll be a superiority complex where even if they wrong, they're right, they're gonna take up after their people. Just like basically what's done here in the United States. I know. I understand us black people, we give a lot of leniency to non-black people just for validation and acceptance, not to the absolute, but for the large majority part. But when it comes to white or Hispanic, they're gonna take up after them. They're gonna basically, when it comes down to self-preservation, they're gonna lean towards themselves, right or wrong.
No doubt. No doubt.
And so that's just the actuality that we're living in, and just the black experience that I did. But yeah.
But you're right though, bro. I was listening to the Breakfast Club with Marlon Wayans talking about that. He said a white person will back their people even if it's a lie. This is what he said. Go watch that with Marlon Wayans.
It's all some person.
Yeah, he said
and
that.
Also being in control, because like if UFOs come here tomorrow, the whole world gonna look at the United States and be like, what y'all gonna do? And the white man looking like at this planet like this my planet.
You ain't lying, bro. But the key is that, brother, I've always went out on a limb with our people. I've always been about or semi try to get unified with our people. The only people I fought against was my own people in this so-called conscious community. That's why I don't rock with the conscious community. They're not conscious.
They got their own motives here as well. So I do take in consideration of that. And also just being a soap opera, we don't know what these people are dealing with outside the app or what they doing, like what they really dealing with, like in their own personal spaces. So they can just be coming here just to get like an ego boost or to try to boost their self-esteem just to make them feel good about it. And because we're still in the early phases of social media, and when it comes to social media, it has been a disservice to black people because we don't have any authority over it. Just like it's a disservice to black people, and it's not really progressing us. Really, it's really tearing us apart. Especially when social media was introduced in 2001, black people was tearing each other down and tearing each other apart, based on the features and stuff.
Hey, Sister Love said the room is closing in 20 minutes, y'all. So y'all better get it when you fit it. So let me say this to you, and you're right, brother. And this is and he's right, because this is why these Negroes are buying blue checks, because they want to feel important or boost up something. It's the same thing. I don't have a blue check, and I did movies. You can go check my IMDb. I did movies and documentaries. I did Out of Darkness. I was in Hidden Colors. I did all of these beautiful things, but I don't boast about it, and nor do I have a blue check. So people want to do that, and it's our people that's doing it, brother. That's what's going on with us. We got to fix us, bro. We got to fix us.
You come off as Lupe Fiasco for me, sorry, but
for real, you know, Lupe Fiasco is that's my G, bro. He got frustrated too with a lot of stuff too. He knew it.
I know when he left the industry. I know when he left the industry because I was excited for his feature, but he said he was gonna stop rapping, and I guess he stopped rapping mainstream and just like disappeared.
Yeah, because there's a whole lot behind this, brother. And like I said again, it's not about me boasting about me, but I've been in a radio game for a long time. I've been in this conscious thing for a long time, and I've seen it. And sometimes you get discouraged, bro. I'm gonna be 100 with you. You truly get discouraged because the people don't back the real people. Like my brother said earlier, he said you can announce an event, and only 3 people show up. If it's a concert, they'll spend $1,000, $1,500, $2,000.
I mean, a lot of people will spend money on some type of entertainment to distract them from their own issues, what's going on personally at home, just to get away from it temporarily. They'll do that, but a lot of people don't want to hold themselves accountable because it's just being responsible.
Thank you, brother.
It's an everyday course. It's like being a parent. You don't stop being a parent once you have a child. Once you bring a child in this world, so therefore, people just don't want that type of task, and they'll do just irresponsible. They'll just be nonchalant about a good cause.
You must be a parent, brother, because he said parents don't stop.
I'm not a parent, but granted, my sister, I am an uncle, and so just looking at the different dynamics now that my sister and my brother-in-law, they have a child, the priorities really change, and just like having these conversations with people prior to my sister having a child, it was like my sibling, the dynamics of our communication changed because their priorities changed. I really felt kind of distanced. However, at the same time, it was just something that was a short phase. But now, just the conversation that I had 10 years ago, it's like, they've manifested. I'm actually living it now. So it's like an everyday thing. And you have to be willing to make that a priority in order for, just to have a better future. Because a lot of people are living for the now, especially when it comes to the Black community. A lot of Black people are living from Sunday to Monday, just trying to get by, and they really ain't got time for the kumbaya and just actually building for this because they gotta have it now because of their situation. But it can be detrimental to their future because 3 to 4 decades go by it can be a counterattack on them.
Do they have time for the kumbaya? Since they ain't got time for the kumbaya.
Yo, but he said we going to close out though, but we just going to wrap it up because let me say this before we go. This is the thing, brother. When I was overseas, right, they have this thing called siesta, and I want y'all to understand this. A siesta is when you go home. They don't do that here. This is not a nation, people. This is a corporation over here. The United States, the only thing that's good here in the United States is the money. Overseas, they let you go home for 3 to 4 hours to rest and chill. And that's what the brother's saying. They constantly have you working from sun up to sundown, Sunday to Monday. You follow me? No time off, constantly working. At least if you travel if you stay there, because I used to stay in these countries for like 2 to 3 months. I used to say, well, why is the store shut down? It's siestas, which they do it in Mexico too. So this is not a nation. They will keep you working 24/7 and they only give you 20 minutes or half an hour for lunch break. That's insane. So they're killing people here, brother. And we should be talking about processing that. We should be talking about, yo, give me more time. Let's go. Let me go home and chill with my family so I can eat real food. You follow me? And then come back to work and rest. It's a constant working. And while we fighting our own brothers and sisters, these cats is like, yo, y'all don't get it. It's no rest over here. So they got a shift that they do, right? You take on, then I come in. You take on, then I come in. You follow me? Just like the feds. The feds don't sleep. I don't know if y'all know this or not. They have around the clock thing. While you sleeping, they're working. That's why when you sleep, I work. When you have sex, I work. I'm up 24/7 trying to figure this thing out because the feds don't stop. They have it in rotation. We should start thinking like that. Okay, say, yo, what you need, brother, to keep you going, so you won't get burnt out. You follow me? That's where my head is at with all of this.
No, this lifestyle became burnt out after 9/11.
He said after 9/11.
That's when America became expensive.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
I mean, I remember second grade when I was in second grade, and ever since then, I want to say right after 9/11, you had Katrina happen, which was another big disaster. With the oil rigs and everything, and they just kept gas prices up ever since like 05.
Crazy, man. But see, these are the things, brother, that we should be protesting. I'm gonna be real with you. These are the things, but we don't want to protest real things. Protest the gas being so damn high. You know how much a gallon of gas is out here in California? You know how much gas is out here in California? Go down to Hollywood Boulevard.
Like $6 or $7.
$6 or $7, bro. $6 or $7.
Last time I did a road trip from North Carolina to there, it was like, like $6, $7 in 2018. I can imagine what it is now.
You follow me? So why are we not boycotting that? Boycott that part.
We still got Alaska.
Come on, man.
I want to say they ain't gonna do that.
It's crazy. So for me, people, for the record again, I'm not boycotting my brothers from the Caribbean. I'm not boycotting my brothers and sisters from Mexico, Africa, wherever. I'm not. I'm about unity. And I guarantee I'm gonna keep my foot, like somebody said on my YouTube. I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck, homie. I ain't even letting it up. Because I'm gonna say, if you want to boycott, give back the watch, give back the house that you didn't build, give back the car that you driving, because it's not black. Okay. So give it all back. Give back the coltan, okay, the uranium, give it all back if you want to boycott Africa. Period. Simple. But we out of time, right, my brother? But y'all, I continue this type of stuff on my YouTube channel. It's Sabir Bey. It's SABIRBEY. Again, Sabir Bey, SABIRBEY. I have another one called Before 1492 and Sabir Tagetsu page, Sabir Tagetsu Bey page, and my Instagram is Real Sabir Bey, or my X is Real Sabir Bey.
So what is the solution to the whole thing, man? Like, I've been sitting here listening for a while and I haven't heard any solutions to what's going on.
Listen,
is we gonna come together and start something?
Okay, so this is the answer. How about you start where you at? This is me. This is my personal. I mean, this is, you can say, oh gosh, I'm just saying start.
Yeah, because I really was talking to Moon. I should have said Moon.
I mean, Moon can answer it too, but my thing again, we keep saying the solution.
I'd rather hear Moon right now, please.
Okay, thank you, brother. But you asked. Yeah. But go ahead, Moon. I know you in your feelings, but that's okay, brother. But go ahead, Moon.
Hey, did you sit the brother down?
I sure did.
Nah, don't sit the brother down.
All right, well, bring him back up because he been talking the whole
The show, he said,
time, bro. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, we didn't even talk about the boycott. Like, it just been all his feelings. Like,
no, you and your feelings. Hold up, you and your feelings. I'm a guest, brother. I want you to understand. I was the guest.
All right, well, I'm ready to hit the button again, but
I don't care what you do, brother. And hit the button. I guarantee I'll never come on his fade again and show again. So Moon, I'm letting you know. If you hit it again, Moon, let me make this clear for you. Let me make this clear for you. Let me make no. Let me make this clear for you, Moon. If he do it, brother, you ain't never got to worry. I have my own platform, Sabir Bay's page. Thank you very much.
Listen, I don't know. This thing is going left, right, up, down. It's like Street Fighter at this point. You know what I'm saying? This is going crazy. You know? I'm lost for words. You know what? When you say where's the solution, if we can't have constructive builds as a unit like this, it's going to be very challenging. I'm not going to say we can't do it because words have power. But I will say this. Even Sabir, when he said, well, I'm boycotting the room. That's just as bad as the FBA boycotting the African and the Caribbean businesses. For you to say that you would boycott the room because you and the brother.
I didn't say I was boycotting your room, brother. I said I won't have to come back because I don't have to because he's in his feelings about something. I'm not, and you know how we are. I mean, I'm not going to boycott you.
I'm just saying that I think things like this happen. I look at things on a supreme high level, and the way I when I look at things like that on a supreme high level, I think that things like this happen for a reason, and I think it's the Most High testing us.
Yes.
To see if we really can do what we say that we want done. Because if we can't even have a conversation, it's very challenging for us to, uphold things that we say that we believe in and to fight against things that we disbelieve in. So I think this is a good, this is pretty good for us to have this. I don't know what happened to the brother, but I would love to see, that answer. So I'm going to answer the brother's question. The first thing that we need to do is we have to organize each other mentally. We got to organize our mind. Because in order for you to get a group of people together physically, you first have to be together mentally. So we got to get on the right station mentally. And that's the whole purpose of where we can have constructive builds and get you away from those other rooms that's out in the hallways on Clubhouse where it's just a whole bunch of toxic nonsense going on. But I really think that if we can't have a simple conversation where we can agree to disagree and can't, focus on moving forward, it's going to be challenging for us to do what needs to be done. So I think we should look at that. Look at the strong points that have been made, the shadow hour, and look at the weak points that we need to work on and strengthen our bond. So that's our land right there.
Yeah, but I thank you, brother.
Let me do this. I like to go around the room with everybody that's on stage, and if you're in the chat, you can put it in the chat as well. What do you think the solution is? So, Sabir, you was next, my fault.
No, I'm saying this, brother, because I don't take slightly to little jabs, brother, and that's all it was. It wasn't that I'm walking away from you. Just that this is the type of stuff I don't want to deal with because everybody always have an issue or they be in their feelings with me. I don't have an issue with them. If you invite me on a show as a guest, I did radio. You supposed to do the most of the talking. That's all this is about. So I'm giving you my experience, right, of what I've been through with our people and been through the conscious community. It's not, oh, Sabir's talking it. No, you asked me to do this and I'm going to do it. So he has some type of inferiority, something. I don't know what's going on with the brother. If you don't like what I'm saying, it's fine. Just be quiet. I'll be quiet. I was quiet the whole time when I got on here, even though I came in late. But I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you were doing all the talking. My brother invited me on here. That's why. I don't have an issue with people. I don't know if it's the Philly thing or the ad. I don't know what it is, but I don't have an issue. So I wasn't boycotting you, brother. I only was saying that I have my own platform. That's all I was saying. My own platform. I don't have to be on no one's platform. That's all I was saying. That's all. So if you invite me, it's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you don't like what I'm saying. But eventually, if you live long enough, you'll figure it out. You'll get it. You follow me? But go ahead, bro.
All right, so I agree with everything. As far as solution, Amon, I think you answered that perfectly. Peace, love, and unity. I mean, just at the basic level, and that seems to be the issue.
Yes,
for what I see. Just peace, love, unity. I mean, we could just summarize that up real simply and just say we care. You know, we care about each other, care about how another person feels. We actually care enough, you know, to come together as one. So yeah, that's my answer.
No doubt. Give thanks, sis.
Did anyone else want to answer before we close out for the night? All right. Well, I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. It's been a beautiful room. Peace and love to all of you. And sweet rest until next time.
And boycott the boycott.
And boycott the boycott.
That should be a hashtag. Boycott the boycott. Amun, I want to thank you, brother. All right, so we done on here. So listen, y'all, I do gotta get ready to go. Listen, I gotta go. Y'all can hit me up. I gotta bounce. There's always one of these brothers that try to knock you off your square with it. So I thank y'all so much. You know, and I want to thank y'all for joining me. Okay. I'm sorry I got a smart. Then again, I'm not sorry that I have a smart mouth. But I thank y'all so much, man. I see y'all next time. Where we at? Hour and 57. Oh my God. I thank y'all so much. We must deal with logic. They don't want to deal with logic, family. They don't want to deal with logic. Nah. Peace. I gotta go.